week's bar from Afar. So this week I decided we're going to do something a little more traditional. Some of the stuff you might be more familiar with, some of these crazier, wackier drinks that I've been doing. So we're going today to make the perfect vodka martini, and we are going to make the perfect bourbon Manhattan. Two really easy drinks. There's not going to be a lot of time today. Two real basic ingredients for each drink, and each drink is our simple ratio. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. So 2 ounces of vodka or bourbon to 1 ounce of whichever vermouth you are using for your particular beverage. For your vodka martini, you want to use a nice dry vermouth, such as this one here. And for your Manhattan, you want to use a sweeter or a red vermouth, such as this one here. You may have a can of vermouth that's been sitting around your liquor cabinet for a long time. This is your opportunity to have some fun and do something with it and impress your partner by showing them your skills at the bar. So let's start off, shall we? I've got my measuring cup right here. We use our jigger, and we're going to do a 2-to-1 ratio on our vodka martini. We're going to start off with vodka. I'm using a Kettle One vodka. It's a nice vodka, reasonably priced, not too fancy, but it's got a good flavor to it. We're going to see. So we're going to do 1, 2 into my shaker with some ice in it. And then I'm going to add 1 ounce of my white or dry vermouth. There we go. I'm going to let that sit for just a second. You'll notice I am not shaking it up. I am not James Bond. We do not do shake and not stir. No, for a vodka martini, that's actually the last thing you want to do. One of the best things about these drinks, it's simple, of course. You want some nice complex flavors. So what you want to actually do is get yourself a spoon and stir it. And if all those years of Sean Connery shouting at you, shaken, not stirred, have made you think it makes you less of a man, I'm here to tell you this is the kind of martini a real man drinks, for those of you. And a real lady, too. I'm going to take that. I've already got my martini glasses over here. They've been chilling. And we're just going to pour that right on in. Wow, these martini glasses are big. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that again. Just so you can see me do it again, just so that I can have a bigger drink. So here we go. We're going to go back. And again, 2-to-1. 2. And we got 1 more. And again, we're going to stir it so we get those nice complex layers of flavor mixing and blending together. We don't want to bruise liqueurs at all. Go ahead and pour that out. Oh, that's much better. And take a couple of olives, top it off, and here is your perfect vodka martini. Look at that, the glass is already clouding up. That's a nice one right there. And then just as simple, I'm going to rinse out my shaker here. And we're going to do the exact same thing, more or less, with our Manhattan. Manhattan, again, like I said, Manhattan is a little bit on the sweeter side. We're going to use our Angel's Envy bourbon for this one. And for those of you who are watching who wonder why I keep stepping forward and back, I forgot the shelf that I usually put the computer on where I broadcast from. So I'm balancing my computer precariously on the counter edge. And if I get too close, I zoom in a little too far. So we're going to start off. This one actually has 3 basic ingredients. They're really simple. You can make it with or without the bitters. The 2 main ingredients, of course, are your bourbon and your sweet or red vermouth. Let me get my Manhattan glass over here. And we're going to do it exactly the same way, 2-to-1 ratio. Actually, as we've already learned from the vodka martini, I'm going to have to do a 4-to-2 ratio to make this work. So here's 1, there's 2. Let's go with 3 and 4. A nice one here. Then my vermouth. 1, 2. Again, keeping that nice 2-to-1 ratio. You should see me when I make these at home. Measure? I just count. I count by seconds. But again, same thing. We've got some beautiful flavors in here. We want to mix them together. We want them to blend nicely. We don't want to shake them. We don't want to force them in. We don't want to break the ice either. When you shake them up, what it does is it breaks the ice, and you end up with a diluted drink. So here we are. We've got our cherry glass. We're going to take a maraschino cherry, place it right at the bottom there, and here is our perfect Manhattan. Now, if you want to, you can add some bitters to it. I've got some bitters here. You could have added them and mixed them in the blend, or you can mix them in the drink here. Either way is fine. Some people like the flavor of the bitters. Some people don't. It doesn't really matter. What you get, however, when you're finished, is this gorgeous Manhattan. And that looks as good as anything you're going to get at served to you at one of these classic bars around here on Cape Cod, that's for sure. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed making these with me. I'm going to give these a little taste and see how I did. Well, I'm a Manhattan guy, and you've got no complaints from me on this one. Let's try this. Yep, something like this, I feel like I could go out and join MI5. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a good time. I had a great time mixing these drinks with you. These were fun, these were easy, these were simple. Feel free to go ahead and try and make some of these on your own. And when you've made them, send me some messages. I'd love to see some comments from people, see how your experiments have gone. Did you try my recipe? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you kick it up a notch with something different? Did you try and add something unique? Is there a drink you'd like to see me try and make? Feel free to reach out, leave a message in the comments. Thank you again for joining us this week for A Bar from Afar. We'll be back again next week. Also tomorrow, for those of you who have been following our arts programming, we are going to be doing our springtime sonnet slam, which will be also broadcast live on Facebook. Or if you've got a poem or something you want to read, you can join us through Eventide Theater. We'd be happy to have you join our group with that. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your evening. We'll see you back here next week. And thank you again for joining Bar from Afar.